Evaluate x squared plus y squared plus z squared minus xyz for those xyz numbers. At this moment, I encourage you to pause the video and solve it by yourself. Okay, I will solve it now. So I have to calculate x squared. So this will be, I'll just put it in bracket, 999 and 1 over 999 squared plus Okay, now I can see whole numbers are the same as denominators of fractions. And now I will make a substitution. So I will let my a will be 999 and my b will be 1000. And then I will have 999 and 1 divided by 999. From now, this will be a plus 1 divided by a squared. Similarly, plus that term will be b plus 1 divided by b squared. Now this term will be 999 thousandths. I can just write it as a times b plus 1 divided by a times b, and I need to square it. Then minus that term will be just a plus 1 divided by a. The next term will be b plus 1 divided by b, and the last term similarly will be 999,000. This part will be a times b plus 1 divided by a times b. So this will be equal. At this moment, to calculate it a bit quicker, I would be using formula x plus y squared. I know this is x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. And I'm going to use this. So that thing will be, I'll just leave it in bracket, a squared plus 2 times a times 1 over a plus 1 over a squared means 1 squared is just 1, and in the denominator will be a squared plus second bracket, this one, this will be b squared plus 2 times b times 1 over b plus 1 squared is just 1 divided by b squared. Now this bracket plus a squared b squared plus 2 times ab times 1 over 1 divided by ab plus 1 squared is just 1, a squared b squared, and then minus at this moment I will just multiply those two brackets. First only those two brackets, I will multiply them out. So I will get minus ab plus a divided by b plus b divided by a plus 1 divided by a times b times ab plus 1 divided by ab equals I will simplify this bracket. I will have a squared, that a divided by a will be just 1, so this will be just plus 2 plus 1 divided by a squared. I will leave it in bracket. Plus second bracket, similarly b divided by b, this will be just 1. So I will have b squared plus 2 plus 1 divided by b squared. The next bracket, similarly, this divided by this will be 1. So I will have plus a squared b squared plus 2 plus 1 divided by a squared b squared. And then I have to subtract, I will multiply out those two brackets. So I will have minus a squared b squared plus 1 plus a squared plus 1 divided by b squared plus b squared plus 1 divided by a squared plus simplified 1 and plus 1 divided by a squared b squared. At this moment I will combine those three brackets together. I will add those things. So I will write them like, I will write a squared b squared first plus a squared plus b squared. 2 plus 2 plus 2 will be 6 plus 1 divided by a squared plus 1 divided by b squared plus 1 divided by a squared b squared. And now minus, I will simplify this bracket a bit. So this will be a squared b squared plus a squared plus b squared. I will combine those 1 plus 1, those 10. 1 plus 1 is just 2. Now I can see a squared b squared minus a squared b squared. This is just 0. A squared minus a squared 0. B squared minus b squared 0. This will simplify. All of those things will simplify. And my answer will be just 6 minus 2. And 6 minus 2 is 4. So the answer for this question is 4. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to check my other math video problems and consider liking, sharing and subscribing.